The happy world of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. President Hichilema confident about mixed member system and it will extend beyond parliament. 17 suspects arrested in Kalumbila district over a murder issue. And Trump says talks have been held to end war. This bulletin is streaming live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. President Hakainde Hichilema has expressed confidence that the mixed member representation system will be extended beyond parliament in the forthcoming general elections. Speaking during a courtesy call by the United Nations resident coordinator and the United Nations country team, President Hichilema said there is need to ensure more women are accommodated in council chambers. The president added that the recent amendment of the constitution is a significant milestone towards the successful implementation of mixed member representation.
Especially trade, as I said, investment. Elections can distort an operating environment, positively or negatively. So we want a positive effect of the elections on the hard work that we've been putting in since we took public office. And these animal code elections must not negate the gains we've made. Therefore, it's in our interest to make sure that elections are conducted peacefully, they're credible, and he or she who wins is fine. It's okay. And country is more important, we move on. But every participant like us works hard to win. We're working very hard to win. There's no question about it. But people decide as to what they want. And we appreciate the support you are providing towards the conduct of elections. And I must close by saying elections are not an event. Elections are a process. Elections are already upon us as we sit here, because of the work that is going on, voter registration and cleaning up the voter database and amending the Electoral Process Act as a consequence of that.
Zambia Police Service Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi says 17 suspects have been apprehended in connection with the murder of Miss NLS Helen Kamutumbe in Kisasa, Kalumbila district, up from the initial 8 arrested. On March 20th, 2026, Miss Kamutumbe, aged 46, from Chingola, was tragically fatally attacked by a mob. Giving an update, Zambia Police Service Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi says among those arrested, 3 are female. He says all suspects remain in police custody as investigations continue. Mr. Chilabi says the case was first reported by her cousin, Mr. Mwalede Siamujimba, aged 39, of Solwezi, who alerted authorities about the assault. He emphasized that the police service is committed to arresting all individuals involved as part of broader efforts to ensure accountability and to deter acts of mob justice. He added that in a move to enhance security in the region, additional officers from the School of Public Order Maintenance based in Kamfinsa, Kitwe, have been deployed to Kalumbila district. Mr. Chilabi says officers are conducting increased patrols in the district and surrounding areas.
And by vehicle in Kalumbila district and surrounding areas. The Zambia Police Service strongly condemns this act of mob justice, including the destruction of government property by the mob during the incident. Members of the public are urged to remain calm and report any suspected criminal activities to the police rather than taking the law into their own hands. The service is also concerned about the circulation of video footage showing the attack. Such material may cause further trauma to the bereaved family and distress to members of the public. We therefore urge everyone to refrain from sharing this content and to act responsibly, respecting the dignity of the deceased and her family. Members of the public with any information related to this case are encouraged to contact the police using the following dedicated numbers.
Green Gold Social planted 10,000 Musangu trees in Chisengo village, Chongwe, on 20 March 2026 to combat deforestation caused by unsustainable charcoal burning and illegal logging. Chongwe is one of the most affected districts in Zambia, losing more than 130 hectares of forest in 2024, according to Global Forest Watch. The district also faces severe water shortages and the drying up of the Chongwe River, largely due to the removal of trees along its banks that naturally shelter. Green Gold's social founder Hope Mkute explains that the organization chose Musangu because it is an indigenous, drought resistant, nitrogen fixing species well suited to degrade land. She says that the tree improves soil health, stores carbon, and rather, once nature can be used for timber and firewood making, it effectively for both community livelihoods and climate action. Headman Bruno Chipokolo of Chisengo village spoke about the environmental challenges his village faces. The tree planting was the final stage of a process that began with seed collection by women in Chisengo, followed by gross bag production by local youth.
Sengu, who went in the bush and collected Musangu seeds when they started dropping from August up to November.
So the reason why we are planting with the plastic, with the grow bag, this plastic is biodegradable. So once this plastic starts rotting here, it will let us know that this is our tree. It will differentiate it from any other tree that is growing nearby. So we know the concerns about plastic waste, but this is biodegradable. In 3 months, it will disintegrate, and then all the pieces that will remain here will tell us that this is where we planted our tree, and then we can tell the difference from any other tree that is growing nearby.
Chisengu village is blessed with lots of
Zambia today joined the global community in marking World Meteorological Day 2026 with renewed calls to strengthen climate resilience and advance innovation in weather services. The commemoration held in Lusaka also saw the launch of the Digital Climate Advisory Services (DCAS), an initiative designed to turn climate data into practical information for communities and key sectors of the economy. Speaking at the event, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment, Dr. Doti Chibamba, highlighted the importance of meteorological science in protecting lives, supporting economic growth, and preserving the environment. He said this year's theme, Observing Today, Protecting Tomorrow, highlights the need for greater investment in accurate weather and climate monitoring systems to better prepare for future challenges. Dr. Chibamba noted that Zambia, like many countries, is facing increasing impacts of climate change, including extreme heat, floods, droughts, and unprecedented rainfall. He cited the 2025-2026 rainy season as an example where La Nina conditions brought above normal rainfall, causing serious flooding in districts such as Lundazi, Lumezi, and Monze, while leading to displacement, infrastructure damage, and crop losses. And in other news trending this evening, Health Minister Alex Katekwe has stressed the need for coordinated efforts among countries to effectively manage public health threats that extend beyond national boundaries. Citizens First leader Harry Kalaba has congratulated newly elected Patriotic Front PF, also Pamosi Alliance President Makebi Zulu, following the party's recent leadership election. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry has raised concern over the proposed Tobacco Control Bill number 40 of 2025, warning that its current form could negatively affect the country's economy. Zaki President Anthony Kavaye says while the chamber supports regulation aimed at addressing tobacco abuse, the bill risks undermining private sector confidence, discouraging investment, and destabilizing a key productive sector. He says tobacco abuse remains a serious public health issue that requires deliberate government intervention, especially to protect young people and vulnerable groups. However, Mr. Kabaye notes that regulation must strike a balance between public health goals and economic stability. He says the current bill extends beyond regulating consumption and ventures into manufacturing, trade, and distribution, creating potential overlaps with institutions responsible for commerce and industry. Zaki says the tobacco sector plays a critical role in Zambia's economy, supporting thousands of livelihoods and contributing significantly to export earnings, foreign exchange, and rural development. Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in foreign news, oil prices have plunged and stock markets have rebounded after US President Donald Trump said the US and Iran had held very good and productive talks over halting the conflict in the Middle East. After the announcement, the price of Brent crude sank 13% initially, while the FTSE 100 index recovered, having fallen more than 2% earlier. Trump said on social media he would postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period. On Saturday, he said he would obliterate Iranian power plants if the key Strait of Hormuz shipping route was not reopened. Iran had said it would respond by targeting key infrastructure in the region. And in sports news, England will face Canada in a rematch of the 2025 Women's Rugby World Cup final as part of a trio of fixtures in the WXV Global Series in September. The Red Roses were crowned world champions for a third time when they beat Canada 33-13 in front of more than 80,000 people at Twickenham 5 months ago. In September, they are set to host Australia, Canada, and New Zealand across 3 regions in England. John Mitchell's side will welcome Australia to the Coburg Stadium on 12 September before hosting Canada at Sandy Park in Exeter on 19 September. Stand by for the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Eastern Muchinga, Lusaka, Copperbelt, and the eastern districts of Central Province mainly cloudy and warm with isolated showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. Now the maximum temperature is between 23 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news part. Before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has expressed confidence that the mixed member representation system will be extended beyond parliament in the forthcoming general elections. Zambia Police Service Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi says 17 suspects have been apprehended in connection with the murder of Miss Enelis Helen Kamutume in Kisasi, Kalumbila district, up from the initial 8 arrested. And finally, in the news, oil prices have plunged and stock markets have rebounded after U.S. President Donald Trump said the U.S. and Iran had held very good and productive talks over halting the conflict in the Middle East. That's it. But for more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of our programming.